Shalom, shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the Most High God. Yahweh Shai is the Son of God. The true names of the Most High and His Son. Again, Yahweh is the Most High. Yahweh Shai is the Son of the Most High. The true names of the Most High and His Son. I'm out here in the cut, about to preach the word. Lord willing, this video is edifying. Right now, today is a so-called, is the so-called Christmas Day, if you will, which is a pagan tradition that pagans used to celebrate, right? And ultimately, who have introduced this so-called tradition onto you Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians? The border of wickedness have introduced this tradition onto you, which is the so-called white man. When you go into the scriptures, this Esau, Edom is known as the border of wickedness, right? In fact, starting with that, let's get Ezekiel, not Salakia, Jeremiah. Let's get Jeremiah, right? Because you fellow Israelites, man, you ain't used to celebrate this tradition, man. You wasn't celebrating this tradition, man. You started celebrating it, especially you Judites, you so-called African Americans. You started celebrating it when you really came over here in America by slave ships, man. And the damn devil, which is the white man, he introduced this tradition to you. Right, let's get Jeremiah. Chapter 50, verse 6. It says, "My people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray." Right, so your shepherds have caused you to go astray, man. Which ultimately, you had the so-called slave masters being the teacher back then. No, so ultimately, really, I was watching the elder video concerning this pagan holiday, Christmas. Which it went into, Christmas went into, its root, if you will. It has some history, man. It says, "Their shepherds have caused them to go astray," which when you go into the word astray, it means to right, when you go into that word astray, it means to mislead, or to mislead. Right, so ultimately Esau, Edom, he set up these different religions like the Catholic Church, Christianity, which is not really, which ultimately it's mixed with all manner of paganism, these modern religions. When I say Christianity, I'm talking about modern Christianity, which Catholic means universal, right? And what the devil did, which when I say the devil, I'm talking about Esau, Edom, which the devil did, he have deceived you into thinking that this holiday which holiday is not it's not even a holiday, because it's not holy. These traditions, these things like Christmas is not holy, man. So what the devil did, he deceived you into thinking that Christmas is a holiday, if you will, has something to do with so-called Jesus Christ, when it don't. Right, and that's deception. That's one of the abilities of the devil. Right, which ultimately going to the word devil means accuser, which ultimately, when you go into it as well, it also goes into deceiver. So Esau, he's the deceiver, man, which he have deceived all the nations. It says, their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains, meaning in these different nations, in these different countries. There's, many and diverse types of traditions and stuff like that, like Halloween, Easter, different things like that, right? So you have been misled in these different countries, man, but you was not celebrating or keeping these traditions in the land of Israel, right? It says, they have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place. Yeah, so Israel, hey, my people have forgotten their resting place. Which when you go into that word, forgotten, it goes into shakak, which means to forget, to seize, to care, to be oblivious of, or lack memory or attention. Yeah, because when the prophets and teachers come out here and reveal the true heritage and nationality of the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, they they don't give strict attention to it. They don't have no recall of it. They don't have any type of recollection of it, man. They're completely oblivious, man. They're completely ignorant, man, of the fact that they're Israelites, man. And Esau Edom, he have beat that nationality out of you, man. Right? Let's get this. Verse 7, it says, all that found them have devoured them. Which who found us? Our enemies. Right? We have been devoured. Right? We went into slavery. Native Indians got their land taken, got raped, robbed, and pillaged. So we have been devoured because of what? Because of our wickedness. We were supposed to bring forth judgment and righteousness, but behold, we brought forth wickedness. So therefore, we got punished. It says, and their adversaries said, we offend not. Yeah, they hold, the so-called white man, he hold himself not he hold himself guiltless, if you will. Right, he showed himself to be not guilty of his doings, man. Right, and then he bribe you. Right, he seek to please the poor. The white man, he seek to please the poor. He try to bribe you. He give you months like Black History Month. Stuff like that. He give you a false sense of liberty, if you will, a false sense of freedom, man. It says, the adversary said, we offend not, because they have sinned against the Lord. It says, the habitation of justice, even the Lord, the hope of their fathers. So ultimately they gotta pay, man. And not only paying for what they did physically, but what they doing spiritually. Right? They're not only hurting you physically, killing you, hanging you, but they're hurting you spiritually by, it's misleading you, deceiving you. Because in a way, that's murder as well. That's taking somebody else's life as well, man. Let's get Psalms. Chapter 68. Salakia chapter 58. It says, Psalm chapter 58, verse 3. It says, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Now, and who they speak these lies to? You know, the people, the earth, the four corners of the earth. Now, it'll tell you that he's the head in Deuteronomy chapter 28. And when you go into a head, it means he's that is at the top. So in this time, the white man, he's at the top, he's at the head. Right? He's, you know, he has dominance on the earth because he's been given that earth. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked, like it says in Job chapter 9, verse 24. So the earth has been given to Esau Edom. That's why he's so dominant and he's at the top. Now, when you got the head being deceived, the whole arm, leg, tail, feet, anything at the bottom is deceived as well. Because what? They're following the head. It says, their poison is like the poison of a serpent. See? Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. Now, what's that poison, man? Philosophy, false teachings, deceits, right? Also, dogmas, which is personal opinions. Right, so he, if you know, somewhat introduced you. The white man have somewhat introduced the world through his own philosophies, his own opinions, man, which is false, which is lies. It says they are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear, which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wisely. Right? Let's get this real quick. This Job chapter 15 verse 5. It says, for thy mouth uttereth thine iniquity, and thou choosest the tongue of the crafty. You know, he's a liar, a deceiver. In fact, he's the opposer, if you will. He's the opposition. Right? That's why he trying to compel many to take the jab. That venom. Right? He's going to deceive the world to what? Receive that that device in their hand or in their forehead. The MOTB. No, so his mouth, the white man's mouth, uttereth iniquity, uttereth lies, deceit, craftiness. He chooses the tongue of crafty, man. Right, that's it. That's why he's a forger of lies. Right, he's Esau. He's the white man. He's the he's a physician, which means doctor or goes into doctor of no value. He's an unprofitable physician, man. That won't profit you. That will actually do more harm to you than profit you, man. That's why he's giving unrighteous decrees. No, we're coming to times when you won't, if you have no job, no entry. No job, no entry into these stores, into these supermarkets. Right? And we definitely coming to times where no device in your flesh, no entry. no MOB, in your flesh, no entry. So he's gonna make it hard for the those that are firm for that which is good. Those he's gonna make it hard and difficult for those that stand firmly for good, man. That's why you got the so-called the UN, the United Nations, set up a statue which looked like a jaguar or a cheetah, if you will, right, with wings on it, which many people liken that statue to a beast that's spoken of, or to the beast that's spoken of in Revelation. But it's not, though. Really, they set up that statue, United Nations set up that statue to for a symbol of peace and safety, knowing damn well that a war is nigh at hand. Right? They're not nonchalant. They're not ignorant of the times we in, man. For that may be an omen, man. A sign, a sign, man, of them setting up that statue for a symbol of peace and safety. That may be an omen of a sudden destruction that's coming at hand. That's nigh. Verse 5, verse 15, Job chapter 15, verse 5, it says, "For thy mouth uttereth thine iniquity, and thou choosest the tongue of the crafty." It says, "Thine own mouth condemneth thee, and not I, yet thy own lips testify against thee." That's why you have exposing after exposing, man, about this country. Right, you have, and a majority of the Americans is against the country, man. And a kingdom divided against itself cannot stand. Right, so Esau, his own tongue is falling upon themselves. You have even people in high power commend those who have been speaking the truth. Which they was accused for spreading misinformation, when that's not true. Let's get Job chapter 20. This Job chapter 20, verse 27. It says, "The heaven shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against them." So the earth is rising up against especially America. Literally, the people is rising up against the white man, man, especially America, because of his doings, man. So right now you have the so-called white man being exposed, being uncovered. Right, you have much more protests going on, man, against the whole jab thing, against the unrighteous decrees. You have, there's a video that I came across of nurses attending to these protests, these uproars, because they're against it as well. So right now you have a kingdom divided against itself. Because we know the jab is only the first step. It's only a step. It's not the end. It's going to be more after it. Let's get this real quick. Let's get Luke chapter 7. I mean, not chapter 7, Salaki. Luke chapter 10. Luke chapter 10, verse 18. It says, and he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. Which when you go into that word Satan, it means adversary, or he that opposeth, or he that plotteth against. Right? So you have, and you're going to have Satan fall from heaven. Right? And you have, which sometimes when you go into the blue letter, you know, and going to that word heaven, it's a metaphor, it's symbolic for rank, power, status, glory, if you will. Now, Esau, he's the physical counterpart, if you will. He's the physical Esau, he's the physical Satan, man. The white man, he's the physical Satan. He's the chief adversary of ours, man. He's the chief adversary. He's our chief adversary, man. Talk to you Jakes, man. You brothers in this truth, man. Right, so the so-called white man, he's about to fall from his power. Right, he's about to fall from his power, man. Especially in America. And his power is going to decline on a rapid rate, man. In fact, let's read this again. I'm gonna get Isaiah chapter 47 or 57. Luke chapter 10, verse 18. And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. So Esau, he's going to fall as well. Esau, he's going to fall from his throne, man. And he's going to sit in the dust, metaphorically speaking. Esau, he's going to fall from his power, his governance, if you will. Let's get Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1. It says, Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1. It says, come down and sit in the dust. Meaning what? Be brought down, man. And sit in the dust is a metaphor for being brought to dishonor, having thy glory stained, to be violated. That's what it means to be sitting in the dust, symbolically speaking. So, hey, Esau, he's gonna be violated, man. Right now he's trying to perform his enterprise. Right, the so-called white man, especially the rich banking families, he's trying to work, or he's aiming for a new world order where he set himself up, or he's trying to set himself up as God, man. He's trying to set himself above all, all that, is, all that is, known as Guy, if you will. It says, "O virgin daughter of Babylon." See, when you go into the virgin daughter of Babylon, it's concerning America, right? Because in America you have witchcraft. The Chaldees, the Assyrians, the first or the original Babylon, had all manner of enchanters, probably warlocks and witches, and who did all manner of wickedness, just like you have in this country. In this day and age, in this Babylon, you have witchcraft, enchantments, sorcery being done in this land. You have sorcerers and warlocks and witches being in rank, if you will, being in power in this land, whether they're secretaries, celebrities, politicians, government officials, and stuff like that. No, it says, "O virgin daughter of Babylon, sit on the ground. There is no throne." Which, when you go into the word throne, basically it's a metaphor for power or seat of honor, royal dignity or authority, right? So, Esau, he's gonna be put out of that power seat. He's gonna be taken down from that power seat, that authority seat, right? He's gonna have no more authority, right? It tell you that in Jeremiah chapter 50 or chapter 51, that thy mother, right, loosely paraphrasing probably, that thy mother shall be ashamed of thee. Meaning what? Britain, the UK, is gonna be ashamed of America, right? Once America get destroyed, man, and no one's gonna be able to help America. No one's gonna be able to heal America, right? Because World War III is coming, man. The destruction of Babylon, America, is coming. It says, "There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldees, or the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate." It says, "Take the millstone and grind meal under thy locks. Make bare the leg, uncover the thigh. Pass over the rivers." Meaning what? America's being exposed right now, right? Especially because of his pride, because of her pride. When I say her, I'm talking about that whore, which is America. Because of the whore's pride and boldness, many people, many nations are going to turn against her, turn against the whore, right? This is the book of Job, chapter 5, verse 11. It says, "To set up on high those that be low, that those which mourn may be exalted to safety." It says, "He disappointeth the devices of the crafty," which, when you go into that word devices, it translates to purpose or plans or desires or wishes or intents. What is the desire of the rich banking families? To fulfill or to accomplish their new world order. Because there's an end game with these people, man. There's an end game with the so-called Illuminati. There's an end game for when I say end game, meaning purpose, if you will. There's these rich banking families, the so-called white man, the elites, they have a purpose, man. They plan on accomplishing. They have a mission, man. It says he disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. So they're not gonna be able to perform their mission. They're not gonna be able to accomplish their new world order. if you will. Right? Right, Salakia. Let's get this. Verse 13. Job chapter 5, verse 13. It says, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. So his counsel is going to be carried headlong, meaning it's not going to be prosperous. Because the times are going to be cut short. You know, while he's trying to fulfill his belly, while he's eating upon his table, the table is going to break, metaphorically speaking. So he's not going to be able to fulfill his mission, man. His mission is not going to be accomplished. Now, it is prophesied that the so-called white man, that he's going to cause many, rich and poor, free and bond, great and small, to receive a mark. You know, not, you know, quoting the scripture, but, you know, just speaking about it. So he's going to go as far as that, of putting a device in people's bodies, people's flesh. But even that is not is not their end game. They're pushing for a new world order where he's going to be in complete authority. It tells you that in 2 Thessalonians that he's going to try to Salakia, bear with me. That he's going to try to exalt himself above all that is called God. You know? Right, and that's what you have right now. He's trying to put himself in perfect beauty. Meaning what? And, you know, and basically he's trying to set himself as God, man. Let's get Job chapter 15, verse 21. It says a dreadful sound is in his ears. Now who's that? What's that sound? What's that dreadful sound? The truth. Right? Because Esau, he's scared, man. Right? That's how because the prophets, the prophets are speaking the truth. And he's scared of that. That's why he's going to come down upon the land with great wrath, meaning he's going to activate martial law. He's going to go to harsh and grievous measures, you know, using his soldiers and stuff like that. He's going to set up prison camps. He's going to take people captive, right? Because he's going to know that the time is short, that he's not going to have much time, man. So he's going to come with harsh measures, man. It speaks about in the book of Proverbs that a cruel messenger, right, is going to be sent to him, loosely paraphrasing. And who's that cruel messenger? Hey, the prophets are for the you know, the prophets are, you know, prophesying the downfall of his kingdom, man. For some, the prophets are those who bear bad news. But for the upright, for the poor, the prophets are they that bear good news. And when I say bear, I mean it hold. Right, so for the wicked, this truth is a dreadful sound. But for the poor and for the upright and for the lowly, this truth is a good news, man. Hence the word gospel, which means good, glad, or good tidings. Verse 21, it says, "In prosperity, the destroyer shall come upon him." Meaning what? When he's, chipped everybody, when everybody got that device in their body, or when, a lot of people got that device in their body, man, he's going to be destroyed. Because the MOB, Revelation, or the prophecy in Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16 on down, all the way to verse 18, has to be fulfilled. It has to be fulfilled before the end come. Before the destruction. Because these prophecies are set for an appointed time. That's why you have the MOB, the Kuragma, being manifested right now. Let's jump down to verse 30. So lock your door with me. We better take a walk real quick. Ready to take a walk real quick. Bear with me, Salakia. Let's go back to let's pull this scripture out before I walk. This is Job chapter 15, verse 30. It says, "He shall not depart out of darkness. The flame shall dry up his branches." Meaning what? Those nukes. Right, it's gonna dry up those branches, man. Right, it says, "And by the breath of his mouth he shall he go away." Right, so Esau, he's gonna be punished in these last days, man. Right, he has to. It says, verse 31, it says, "Let him not that is deceived trust in vanity." And right now he's trusting in vanity, which ultimately trying to accomplish his goals, his wishes, is vanity. Why the dollar is losing value? Why you have the economy is collapsing, is about to collapse. Right, there's division in this country. Right, and right now he's in slippery places, if you will. He's in a slippery place. It says, verse 31, it says, "Let not him that is deceived trust in vanity, for vanity shall be his recompense." And that's exactly what's going to happen, man. Right, bear with me. Let me tie my shoe real quick. Right, so vanity is going to be his recompense, which is worthlessness, emptiness. Salakia. Right? Let's keep going. It says, let's go back. Salakia, bear with me. Bear with me. let's go back. Job chapter 15, verse 31, it says, let not him that is deceived trust in vanity, for vanity shall be his recompense. It says, it shall not be accomplished before his time. Meaning what? He's not going to even be able to fulfill his desires, man. Right? He's not going to be able to fulfill his desires, man. It says, it shall not be accomplished before his time, and his branch shall not be green. Right? So, it's going, and it speaks about, now, if I'm not mistaken, accomplished, or it goes into cut off. But, you know, it speaks about the times being shorted for the elect's sake. In fact, let's get this real quick. Matthew chapter 24, verse 22. It says, except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So the times gotta be shortened, man. It has to be shortened, man. And he's not gonna be able to fulfill his or perform his enterprise. It says his branch shall not be green. Right? He's not gonna fulfill his desires, man. It's gonna be cut short. It says he shall shake off his unripe grape as the vine. Well, what is unripe? What is an unripe grape? That unripe goes into immature. I mean, it's not fully accomplished yet. Right, so he's not going to be able to fully his enterprise, his wishes is going to just be cut down, man. His counsel is going to be cut down before it even be accomplished. Right, I tell you, in the mind of the so-called white man, he think that his land, or the land that he's inhabiting, is going to continue for generation to generation. It says, and shall cast off his flower as the olive. It says, for the congregation of the hypocrites shall be desolate, and fire shall consume the tabernacle of bribery. They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, and their belly prepareth deceit. You know? So his end is coming, man. His end is coming, man. Let's get 2 Corinthians. Salakia, not 2 Corinthians, but 1 Corinthians. Chapter 15. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 24. It says, then cometh the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom to God, even the Father. When he shall have put down all rule and all authority and power. Right, so all when Yahushua come, he's going to destroy all rulerships, all governments upon the earth. He's going to destroy all the governments and rulerships on the earth. Right, and he's going to set up his kingdom. He's going to deliver his kingdom. Yahushua, he's going to deliver his kingdom, right, to the, which is going to be an everlasting kingdom. and it's going to be all in righteousness. It says, for he must reign till he hath put all enemies under his feet. So all enemies must be put under his feet, man. Right? Right, let's get Job. This Job chapter 14 verse 5. It says, seeing his days are determined. So ultimately this country, especially this world, and Esau or Edom, the so-called white man, his days are determined. His days are numbered. Right, so his days is going to end. His rulership going to end, man, just like Rome. It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds, they cannot pass. Hey, there's only little, or he can't do a lot, man. So his end is coming, man. His end is coming, man. This is the book of Job. Now, I'm in Job a lot, because there's a lot of understanding in it. Job chapter 8, verse. Let's get Job chapter 13. Job chapter 8, verse 13. It says, so are the paths of all that forget God, and the hypocrites' hope shall perish. It says, whose hope shall be cut off, and whose trust shall be a spider's web. So his hope, right, his expectation, which hope translates to expectation, is going to be cut off. Right, it says, and whose trust shall be a spider's web. Right, and it speaks about men of his confederacy, which loosely paraphrasing, which who's gonna help thee, man? Really focusing on America. Who's gonna help you when you get destroyed, man, by nukes? When you get bombed, man? It says thy mother, which is Britain, the UK, is gonna be ashamed of thee. Right, all the league, those who are in alliance with America, it's not gonna help thee, man. Right, cause America do have a strong military. Right, America has a strong military, but the military is not going to be prosperous in World War III. It says, verse 15, it says, he shall lean upon his house, but it shall not stand. Right? So he's going to lean upon his house, meaning what he's going to put his trust and confidence in some, but it's not going to stand. It says, he shall hold it fast, but it shall not endure. It says he is green before the sun, and his branches shoot forth in his gardens. Let's jump down to verse. In fact, that's all of it, man. Really, we could close out on that. Lord willing, this video is edifying. Double honors to the elders of the house of David. Peace and blessings unto the elect. Salute and shalom to the fellow laborers in His truth. All praises, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Shalom.